A troubled family trying to flee from El Salvador to Los Angeles was overtaken by notorious cartels who specialize in trafficking and conspiracy. Meanwhile, Raymond King, the retired Treasury Director, is meeting a mysterious woman, an assassin named Anais. Ray is investigating a cold case from 8 years ago involving a kidnapped Salvadoran family. As he shows her a dated photo of a parents and their young son, she replies, "I don't do kids."
Just as Ray was about to explain, she warns him that they've been followed. A hit team ambushes them. Ray is gunned down, but before he takes his last breath, he scrawls 3 words on his arm: "Find the accountant." Anais, showing terrifyingly calm combat skills, disappears into the shadows as the assassins close in.
We catch up with Christian Wolf in Boise, Idaho, who is attempting, and failing, to live a normal life. He's currently at a speed dating event, but because he used a mathematical algorithm to manipulate the setting chart to ensure he met the most compatible matches, the organizer kicks him out. His social awkwardness is now interrupted. In Virginia, Deputy Director Mary Beth Medina of FinCEN gets a call from the Los Angeles police about King's death. Medina travels to LA. When she sees Ray's body in the morgue, cold and still, her world shifts. She sees the message, "Find the accountant," because she knows exactly what it means and what it could cost. Because bringing Christian Wolf into this isn't just dangerous, it's unpredictable. He doesn't follow rules, he rewrites them. But she has no choice. Whatever Ray was investigating was big enough to get him killed.
Medina is invited to Ray's rented apartment, and she finds some clues to the puzzle. She follows the trail: cards, crime scene photos, names, images, and a connection to Harbor neuroscience. But every answer leads to more questions. She then calls Harbor. At first, she's told she's called the wrong place. But Christian is already watching, already calculating. Before she finds him, he finds her. And she shows him Ray's body and the message. Despite her distrust of Chris's lethal history, she knows Ray wanted him on this case.
Christian analyzes a jumbled wall of photos Ray left behind in his apartment. Company profiles, images, transactions. His pattern recognition kicks in. He realizes the photos aren't just random people. They represent a human trafficking pipeline stretching from El Salvador to Los Angeles. He identifies a specific fleeing family from a dated photo, the same one Ray was looking for, all pointing to one thing: a network of human trafficking. Families disappearing, lives erased. Everything clicks into place. Christian knows it is not a message, but a call, and it is now personal. The one man who understood him is gone. This isn't about money anymore. It's about lives. Meanwhile, Chris and Medina infiltrate a pizza company as IRS officials. A man who is the owner of the company is brutally interrogated by Christian to know the movement of the money.
Recognizing that the scale of this operation requires more than just one shooter, he reaches out to his estranged brother. It has been 8 years of silence and distance between them, but together they are unstoppable. As they begin pulling the thread, the case leads them to a trail buried deep within layers of financial deception. The reunion is tense. Braxton is still a loose cannon, and he teases Christian about his rigid routines. However, they agree to team up. Chris and Braxton in a motel room, interrogating 3 streetwalkers to find their pimp, who is connected to the trafficking network. But she is horrified by their extra-legal methods of handling the pimp. But Christian explains that the people they are hunting don't play by government rules. Meanwhile, Medina places a call to Homeland Security, who sends her CCTV footage from the night of Ray's death.
And there was more to that night accident, and more than what Medina thinks, as more footage of death people, including the man in the picture in Ray's apartment. It then dawned on her that this criminal network is trying to cover up their tracks.
While Christian works the numbers, he asks for help. We see Justine, his nonverbal partner, managing a team of neurodivergent children in a high-tech facility at Harbor Neuroscience. They hack into every CCTV camera to find needed footage. While being underestimated by Medina, they did what she thought was never possible. They hacked into the entire Los Angeles City's security system to find the mysterious woman that Raymond King was meeting. As the trio digs deeper, they find footage of the mysterious woman from the crime scene. At first, she seems like a witness, just another face in the background. They can't find her in any database. She is a ghost.
Then, Medina decides to follow a different lead from Ray's old reports, which leads her to a hospital. There, she makes a shocking discovery. Anais is actually Edith Sanchez, the mother from the Salvadoran family photo, whose husband was bitterly murdered by the cartel. And 8 years ago, she suffered brain damage from a car accident. Instead of becoming debilitated, she developed acquired savant syndrome, turning her into a weapon, a lethal fighting machine with no memory of her past. Now, Burke, fearing that Anais is regaining her memory, puts out a contract on everyone involved. A contractor named Batu sets the hit. Braxton receives the alert on his phone, because he's still in the mercenary loop, and realizes the target is Medina. Christian rushes to Medina's house just as Anais arrives to kill her. She infiltrates Medina's home with silent precision, strikes fast, but before she can finish off Medina, she sees an old photo of her family on the wall. The visual trigger causes her memories to flood back. Fragments of her lost life, her husband, her son Alberto, her real name, Edith Sanchez. In that instant, she realizes Burke didn't save her. Burke had murdered her husband and has been using her as his personal ghost assassin for nearly a decade. Anais reveals the most devastating piece of information. Her son, Alberto, who is also on the autism spectrum, is still alive. He is being held at a work camp in Juarez, Mexico, along with dozens of other children as trafficking victims.
Burke discovers that the assassination on Medina was unsuccessful and orders Cobb to travel to Mexico to eliminate all the children without a trace. Christian's demeanor changes instantly. The thought of a child like him being trapped in a cage is the ultimate trigger. He and Braxton gear up, loading a specialized van with enough firepower to start a small war. The brothers arrive at the Juarez compound. While Christian provides long-range sniper cover, using his signature precision to take out guards through walls, Braxton channels his inner Punisher, storming the front gates with heavy weaponry. The choreography is a mix of Christian's math-like efficiency and Braxton's chaotic rage. They reach the holding area just as Burke's enforcer, Cobb, prepares to execute the children to destroy the evidence.
Braxton charges forward, drawing fire, creating chaos, while Christian moves through the shadows with surgical precision. The autistic Alberto panics and runs back to the room through flying bullets. Cobb runs after him, finds him, and drags him into a bus to drive off. Braxton is wounded and about to be finished by one of Cobb's men when Christian comes in to save him. They race toward the holding area. The brothers eliminate the cartel's men. Even when Alberto is held hostage by Cobb, with a calculated shot, they rescue Alberto and the other children.
As the criminal operation collapses, Justine uses her hacking network, Rye, to blackmail Batu into canceling the hit on Medina. She also sends Burke's secret GPS coordinates to Anais, who finds him hiding in Costa Rica and finally gets her revenge. Back in the United States, Medina stands in Ray King's office. She guards the secret and keeps the brothers' involvement off the official record. The movie ends with Christian and Braxton driving Alberto to Justine's facility at Harbor Neuroscience in New Hampshire, where he can be around people who understand him. Christian and Braxton finally bond after years of resentment, discuss the possibility of a normal brotherly hiking trip.
If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more recaps. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Christian Wolf's journey. Stick around because the next recap might just blow you away.